Have you seen Corsair's RMShift series of power supply units? These shift up the power connectors to the rear of the case, which makes them ideal for dual chamber setups, but they also use Type 5 connectors, which are smaller and more compact. You can see it against the Type 4 on the left here. The advantage is you can also ditch those horrible Nvidia adapters and go for a single connection on the 40 series GPUs as well. So it comes with that necessary cable adapter and then 2 connections on the power supply unit. Inside the case, you get loads of cables included in here, including multiple SATA connections, everything you need to connect up your motherboard and multiple other devices, as well as multiple PCIe cables. So you'll see that you have those classic pigtail cables. You've got 2 of those, and you also have 3 single 8-pin power connectors, as well as that adapter that I showed you for the 40 series. So you've got plenty of options for connecting up multiple graphics cards. You can see here, for example, 3090 from Gigabyte with 2 power connectors on it with relative ease. Now, this is ideal if you've got multiple different devices in the back of your PC with loads of things to deal with here. And the advantage of dual chamber setup means that you can basically run these cables nicely. You can also purchase the Pro PSU cable kit from Corsair, which uses Type 5 cables as well. These are individually sleeved and really nice looking, and you're able to make them look the business inside your case. There's obviously different colors to match your build. Here we're going for a white aesthetic, but the most important takeaway is you'll see that obviously the cables are in a different position, which gives you more room to both plug them in during the build process, but also more space for your hard disk drives and potentially better airflow at the back of the case as well. You can see that you can then run the cables from the PSU straight up. It gives you a bit more flexibility. And if you've got this dual chamber setup like here with the Corsair 5000D, it's really easy to manipulate those cables round during the build. I've done a full build guide on both the power supply unit, showing you all the things that are included and how to set it up, and this case that I'll link to in the description as well. But you can see with these cables, it's still possible to shut the door. Now, this won't work with every case. It's really going to depend on where the PSU sits in your case. So it's worth knowing that before you buy it, sort of the direction the cables are going to go and whether it's even going to fit in there. But obviously, it works logically with Corsair cases with this dual chamber setup, where you can run them up to the rear and then shut the door on them, and there's still plenty of room to do that even if you've got a big mess of cables, because you've built a mega RGB build that includes lighting accent triangles, multiple fans, RGB hubs, and all sorts of other things. And if you want to see this build and find out more about it, again, check out the links in the description to that. The magnificent Corsair RGB 5000D airflow looks pretty spiffing in the end.